Was I muted? Let me check. Audio mixer. There we go. I thought I had it the other way around. I have a button here. It literally says mute and unmute, but yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I have it lit in such a way that I thought that it was muted, unmuted. Anyway, hello, fine folks. Thanks for coming on over early even. I was saying before, I know Kevin likes to do multiple YouTube windows. And so I was curious to know, since you have done that in the past, what's our Hawaiian blacksmith up to these days? Hey, Daniel, thanks for coming over so right and quick. Let's see, who else do I got here that I got to say hi to? I've got Kevin, of course. Thomas. Hey, Thomas. And Jeff. And Eric. And I know I saw Ben sneak in. There he is. Hey, Ben. Old people are cute. Yeah. I set up all this tech and I can still goof it up somehow. Yep, it was a fun live stream. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I was saying, between Yamez's joking and chasing squirrels and Roy's rants, they can entertain the whole time through. Alexis has to slip in, some facts in there every now and then. Of course, Roy's rants are factual. He does mix up subjective and objective, but his challenges with the English language notwithstanding, he's full of amazing wisdom. And so I enjoyed watching his stuff. I need to go over to his channel and watch his latest video. I've been way behind because I just finished up a project for an interview. I could see why some people get really annoyed. I'm cute and Jeff is cute, is cutest. Okay. I just got out of bed. Nice. The Hawaiian guy moved to Fridays. Cool. I'm just glad to hear he keeps it up. I assume you've already invited him to join our community and just stop by and say hi. But timing-wise, I'm sure there's challenges there. And is Hawaiian guy somebody we know already in the community that I just haven't heard about yet? Let's get this back over here. Break out the chisel. Let's see if I can actually chisel on here or if I'm going to have to come over to the face of the anvil. It's probably the smarter place to be. Chisel. Comma. Let's go with this one. Switch there. Let's go ahead and extend this. Yeah, it wants to move on me. We're going to take it out of there. We're going to heat it back up. We're going to do it on the face of the anvil instead. In the meantime, let's go over here. So this out. This is my favorite part about having my propane forge back again. Let's see about getting everybody, try to avoid everybody getting seasick. I know there's a way to turn on studio mode, so let's do this. My son told me scene transitions. No. Audio, scene transitions. Oh, come on, no. Controls. No. This is the fun part. Everybody can laugh now because I can't remember how to get into studio mode. Studio. Automatic seed switcher. I've got to get that figured out. Well, we're not going to worry about studio mode for the second. We're going to instead get back over here. And I could just prove that it's not the anvil sucking the heat out of piece by just holding my railroad spike out in the, it's not the anvil, it's the air. I mean, the anvil probably too, but it's the air. Seams. That's nice. What's this? Seam filters. No. It was no problem, Thomas. We basically chased our tails for an hour and then figured it out. So tell me, guys, is this forge annoying to you? I've got my earplugs in. I just don't know if it's coming across. Just turn on the audio mixer. I mean, it's noisy, but I'm noisier than the forge, so you tell me. That's one thing. I can't burn any of my railroad spikes in the propane forge. I love it for that reason, if nothing else. Okay, this one's ready. Let's pull it out. Let's go over here. We're going to go ahead and use my heavy chain across just to hold it where I need it, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Chiseling it isn't that hard for me, so I don't know if I'll continue using the grinding method or not. I mean, clearly grinding works. It's just not much of a benefit one way or the other. It's a little faster, but it's less accurate for me. Come on. I shouldn't do that because I'll end up bending the, like I just did. It should have been laid off the side of the anvil. That's okay, we'll do this. Put this one back into the forge. Pull the other one out. My favorite part about working the propane, primitive forge, primitive meaning no electricity, is the lack of need for, let's go ahead, point that away. There we go. Give me my rounding hammer for that. Drawing out. We'll have 2 dies instead of 1. Dropped on the ground, drink your favorite. But anyway, besides the fact that I don't have to stand there cranking the blower to make heat, it means I can, it's the problem I have with these tongs. That's one of the reasons I'm going to end up making a new set. It's hard to keep hold of these things. And there's a lot of humidity in the air today, which is making for dense air. You all heard what that means. It's not on the anvil. All right. Back to this. No rest for the weary when you have a propane forge. Deepen that right there. There we go. Flip it over. And you guys saw the mistake I made earlier that I've corrected for now, I hope, which was I forged it on the face of the anvil without using the ledge, which meant that the heel of the spike pushed the head over. There we go. Good, good. Go ahead and put it back in, heat it up. For me, I'm able to do more production work with this forge than I would be able to with my coal forge. Well, it doesn't mean I won't use the coal forge, charcoal forge. It just means right time, right place. Set this tongs here. All right. Hammer's there. Take the time to flip it around. See if that stays in the old tong better that way. I'm going to try a different style this time. I'm not thinning the handle part at all this time. I'm just going to work on drawing out the end in the belief that I probably have more than enough material to do that with. So try to keep things straight. There we go. All right. Take a minute break for a second and go see what we got going on here. No, I'm going to have to ask my son. Wait a minute, maybe that was it. Enable preview. Nope. That's not it. Oh well. Scrolling back. Yep, we're going to finish up the pineapple twist. We're going to start another one as you've seen here. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Don't burn it. Naturally aspirated burner on that, exactly. So I don't have to worry about anything as far as electricity. Just fuel. I've got it turned way down. Like I've got 2 pounds or 2 psi, maybe 3 psi going on right now. Well, that was when I had 2 burners running. Let me check it real quick. It may be higher with the way I've got it set up. Let me see. Yeah, I could turn it down just a little. There we go, 5 psi. More than enough. And I could feel the heat in the Smithy. I love it. Of course I have a hold down, but it's not as fast as using this. Especially because these chains, just doing it just now, the links are just far enough apart to hold the, to go across the spike. So I have both. Right tool for the right time, right? Ben, it really depends on if I'm re-employed. The intention is yes. I plan on being at Quad State. Right now, the job hunt is ongoing. I just finished a take-home assignment, which I think is a better interviewing mechanism, but sadly it's also time-consuming, which means taking multiple interviews can be difficult. Private jet, nice. All right, I've been wasting time. Let's get some metal out of the fire and make with the hitting. These tongs suck. Round side. I know Roy doesn't like rounding hammers, but I see their benefit. Thomas has to keep his hidden from view. You don't have to hide them on your live stream, right? Roy doesn't give you crap for that, does he? And yeah, I'm leaving the end purposefully bulbous. I've watched enough Smiths now to recognize there is value to the idea that leave the thinner part to forging to last. It's sort of a heat reservoir. All right, let's take a look at this all the way around. Looks good. Now I just need to get the heat where I want it so I can twist it the way I want it. So, move it back a bit. This one will come out a bit, as long as it doesn't tip out. There we go. Do this. We'll switch this. We'll see if I prevented everybody from having motion sickness. Hey, Alexis! Thanks for coming on by. All right. Put this over here for now. I did play with a new end on my torch just to see if it would make a difference, and yes, I was able to heat up metal and straighten it, bend it, straighten it. I already had it bent. I now have straightened it, so proof that it works. So if I need to do some spot heating, I'll try that and see if it works. Problem now is I've slept since I did this last one, so now I don't remember how many times I twisted it around. I think it was 3, which means I would go back 1.5. The other problem is I don't remember which way I turned it. So that's, good reason to try and get these things done all in one session, which I should now be able to do more easily. Let's go ahead and pull out the other one while we're trying to get the heat on this even. Let's work it. Yeah, right on my leg. Wear safety gear, people. That would have sucked if I'd been wearing my kilt. If anybody's actually decided alcohol is their beverage of choice today, that was a bad decision. How am I going to solve this? I mean, I got some ideas, but... All right. Put some heat reserve into the head of that spike. Hey Rob, welcome to the party. Hope you didn't miss the blacksmith church. That was a lot of fun. I probably am overmodulating. I can fix that. How about now? 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 That looks pretty good. I'm into the yellow, but I'm not too far into the yellow. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, is if the gas forge was going to be a problem or not. It's not like I can get rid of that sound. I mean, when I wear my kilt, I'll still be wearing the long wool socks, so it's not like I would have really hurt myself just then, but yeah. And probably the same boots, too. Okay, let's try and twist this thing up. Grab the other tong so I can grab like that. This should be interesting. No, I actually wanted it the other way. And I'm losing heat that fast. So much humidity in the air today. We got really dense air today. All right, with that in mind, we grab these, and let's see if I twist it in the correct direction. Otherwise, I will have something that is not a pineapple twist. One, and a half. I think. A half. Yeah, that's more like a half. Boy, oh boy. It is a pineapple twist, so I did it right. Woo! Huzzah! Come on. Hang on. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfectly aligned, but I want to be a perfectionist here. All right. Woot, woot. I slept and I still got it right. Yay. That looks so cool. All funny. What I want to say about this is there's a lot of concern, I guess, by me, probably by other smiths that have not done something like this, that if you don't get perfectly straight lines, if you get off cut, cuts and off, you miss your line and you go gouge it off to the side, things like that. But the thing is just ruined, right? Nope, not ruined. Looks really cool. So now I get to heat it up, start bending things back into a direction you want. Even the fact that the diamonds aren't all the same size isn't the worst thing in the world. I really thought that this was going to be just not nice, and now I see it and I'm loving it. So I need to heat it up, try to knock this head straight again with the rawhide mallet, and then we'll use the jaws of the vise to straighten everything else out, hopefully without crushing any of the detail here. We'll see how I can make that happen. I'll think about it for a few minutes. Back in here. So pleased with that. Now to pull this other piece out. I love the fact that I can keep on working. Here, we'll save you all from being made motion sick. We'll go like that, get you approximately where it needs to point. And we'll switch back. Hey, look at that. Let's finish. Well, not finish. This is going to take longer than finishing this time, especially since I let it get cold. All right. Let's get it back into the heat. And take a moment. Jack Pine's blacksmith. Yeah, that's me. And she's never coming back, Ben. Oh, really, Kevin? I'm glad I inspire somebody to get out and do something blacksmithy. That's kind of the reason I'm doing this. Plug-in heater for the anvil. I heated it up just like Roy told us, Rob. Not a thong, Ben. For me, I like the ones that lift and separate. Well, from my legs. Block heater for my anvil. I wonder what temperature a block heater actually brings the block up to. I've never actually paid attention to that. It wouldn't be too hot. I mean, I wouldn't expect hundreds of degrees. Jack Pineapple Blacksmith. That's right, steampunk Batman. Absolutely. See, 70F is perfect. Nobody could complain that the forge was, the anvil wasn't, was too cold. All those bladesmiths out there who were, upset about their edges turning black too fast while they're working their sharp things. That's what they should do. Probably should have upset that back end. Let's do a little bit of that. There we go. All right, I think I need to take just a little bit more out of the mass, but we'll see, because I'm going to keep drawing that out. I'll do that and that, because that's the focused area of work. Do a little panning. There we go. Back in. Now, what do I remember how? Oh yeah, that's right. Rawhide. Let's see how I can do here. I'm not going to take you to where I'm doing this. Or grab the wrong hammer. Good job, Jack. Well, that isn't doing what I want. Here. It did work. But now I need to knock it back that way. I see now. I can do that. I think I can. Something that's straightish. I do want to knock this here back that way a little bit, so I'm going to put it back in there and then give it a wallop with the wacky, no marky. Tired of struggling to hold on to this, so we're going to use this instead. I watched a Smith this week. I'm trying to remember what the name of the channel is. I'll tell you in a second because I'll look it up. That's what I'll end up doing. Who was talking about is doing the Abana coursework for level 1, and yeah, we need to heat it up. And he was talking about when he was making I think he was making a punch that you need to build that shelf up. But anyway, that you'll end up getting a twist, and he was one of the first smiths I've seen that showed how to fix getting a twist while drawing out. So I was going to try it just now, and that didn't work the way I thought it was going to, probably because it wasn't hot enough. I mean, I'll show you something else there, Alexis, because you're absolutely right. I mean, the heat is definitely being drawn out really fast. It's not the anvil. Just doing what Roy talked about. Look at that. There's that tiny bit that cooled off. But, I mean, everything's cooling off fast, so it's atmospheric. Look at that. Even up in here where there's a lot of mass to work with, it's cooling off fast. I think the air is just really dense today because of so much humidity. And it's not like the Smithy is cold today either, especially because I've got the propane heater behind me. But yeah, it's not the anvil. So there you go, Roy. That's not a 1-inch bar, 3 inches long, but close enough. Thomas is lurking. He's a peeping Thomas. I mean, a lurking Thomas. All right. This. Let's see if we can get the natural shape of this spike back again. Yep, there we go. That's better. That looks pretty good. Pretty good. Nope. Let's go off the other way. I don't have a long enough face on my anvil. All right. With that done, it's time to start. Well, we're going to stick with it being like that. I think that's just the way it's going to be now. We'll leave the handle alone. Let's work on the other side. Back into the fire. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I created a stack of bricks here that are basically my tool shelf, if you will. Man. Let's move some metal again. Actually, I'm going to do it right here because of what I'm working on here. Aggressive. It'll end up being round, so it doesn't really need to be untwisted now that I think about it. But I did effectively untwist it. And now I'll go find the name of the smith who was doing that course. I talked about it just in case there's anybody in here who doesn't know who it is I'm talking about, just because you watched it. All right. Almost ready. Let's finish that. Actually, let's go ahead and leave it in there. It won't burn up. That's one of the things that's nice about doing this. Go ahead and get to a length. Being back there would be useful. So we'll turn on that burner. Do I have a touch mark? Yes, it's my curly mustache. You had to resubscribe where, Jeff? Here? Let's see, 6 likes. Ah, thank you, people. 10 people watching. Nice. Now I'm scrolling back because I see comments were made. Sound of a cold anvil. 3 times the electricity as my whole house. Oh yeah, we're not doing that. $400 a month extra to plug in my big truck. Yeah, that's not good. I know, that would be thermal shock on the anvil now, wouldn't it, Kevin? Scrolling down, scrolling down. It's preheated just like you told me I should do, Roy. Indisposed. Yeah, mimosas actually do sound good. Good one, Rob. Pour through the hardy hole. It wasn't Waters Ironworks. Thanks for the reminder. Let me pull it up on my phone because it'll be better than having to open that suck that is Edge browser right now. Scrolling back, scrolling back. View all. By the way, there's another Smith that I don't know if anybody has mentioned. C. Johnston Blacksmith. I've been watching his stuff lately. Pretty darn good quality blacksmithing and videography. Easy to follow along. There it is. Nope, that's Bjorn. I want to do that at some point. There it is, Rocking E Forge. So at one point I wasn't sure I was going to enjoy Rocking E Forge because it seemed like he was doing more historical and bladesmithing kind of stuff, but it sounds like he's planning on doing the full gambit of blacksmithing. So, I mean, probably the same temperature. I mean, I'll tell you, it's probably room temperature is what it is. Now, what room temperature is at the moment? That's right, demon. All right. We're going to go back here. We're going to continue drawing out the one. Though I think what I'm discovering is I'm going to have to pull some meat from the handle area still. This stuff is so small at this point that I'm heating it up just by hitting it. All right. I'm gonna grab a little chunk more from the handle, which is fine. There's plenty of handle there for me anyway. This deeper in. I love the fact that I can leave my material in here and not have it burn up. Pull this one back out. I don't think this needs to be much longer, so we just need to start cleaning up the transitions. And the wrong side up. Okay, looking good. All I'm doing now is chasing facets all the way down, aka planishing. All right, so we're back up again. Grab the other piece. There's some heat coming out of that dragon's breath, that's for sure. All right. Let's go ahead and grab a little more here. It's amazing to see the way the rest of the metal wants to bend. In reaction to the work I'm doing way up here. Of course, if I were working with the solid forge fuel, I wouldn't be heating up so much of the material, and this wouldn't deform in the process necessarily. But it's really no bigs right now. All right, that's better. Do a little bit more out of that. Come on. All right. I also don't find it scales nearly as much coming out of there. That just could be me. I like the way that looks. Blends the transition really good. Let's see about cleaning that up, because I can see twist in the bar there and I don't want to. Or I don't want it to be so apparent, let's put it that way. And I just got, what? No, okay, I got a message. I got to check my watch. Either that or it's told me I got some exercise already today. Which, yeah. Another thing is, I get more exercise working out on my gas forge because I never stop. I think we can summarize everything I've said about this forge today is I really like working in a gas forge. I really love the smell of solid fuels, but I don't have the electricity out here to keep the dang thing running all the time. I'm sure I'll go through a lot more fuel with this. My expenses will go up, but I'll also be able to produce more. So I think we're now at the point where all I need to do is finish the end. Let's get the other one. I mean, let's put it this way. I've gotten to the point now where I'm finishing up one, working on another that's made a lot of progress. I wouldn't have been able to do that with my live stream prior to today. I can get back to doing videography too. Maybe some videos can actually start showing up on my stream again, because the effort of getting started is minimized. Give it a little lift, get it recentraled. There we go. How are we doing that way? Give it a little lift. There we go. All right, we'll put this in there. We'll let it soak for a minute, mainly so I can catch my breath. I am still tempted to turn these off for a minute. I am still tempted to thin out the handle area. All right, scrolling. Van candy doesn't even have to be real. It's true, just the promise of it. Wow, good chat today, folks. Yeah. Yeah, cats have their preference, right? They'll put up with you for affection, but yeah. On a watch list. Yeah, what did my watch want to tell me? My wife said, when you get a moment, please check the .info. Okay, something's going wrong apparently with email, she says. So I've got to figure out what's going wrong. Twisting repair. Oh yeah, that was, I mentioned it. Rocking E Forge. Sorry, I didn't say what Rocking E Forge was about. Rocking E Forge. He's going through the Abana coursework now. Doing level 1, and his process involved creating a chisel of some sort, flat chisel, I think. Anyway, it's one of his latest videos. And in the process, it started to twist up on him. And he showed, the mechanism for, handling that twist, which I just did. And that is basically you turn the piece up on a corner and strike straight down, and it'll basically, yes, it'll mar the corner that you have, but it'll actually straighten the piece. And then you just clean up from there. And, I mean, borrow a van, yeah. And if you're going to have a van, then it's probably a disservice a disservice to your friends if you don't also figure out where the pig farms are. Because with van and pig farm, many of your problems can go away pretty easily. All right, that break is over. Let's go ahead and turn that back on again. Good news, I didn't expect it. I was testing it thinking there's no way, but the leak seems to have auto-resolved itself. Either that or I'm not putting out enough pressure to cause it to be a problem. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, you'll have to go watch my previous live stream. So yeah, I'm going to pull this out real quick just so I can set them side by side and you guys can see why I am considering still thinning out the handle. It could be that I am, I just want my my stake flipper to be longer than it needs to be. I'm not experienced at all with these things. And you can see, this one may be long enough, but it just feels too short. My hand will be right there over the stake, and I don't know. I've never used one. Thomas gave me one, but it's not been, stake flipping weather out here since I got it. So I've never used one to know if this is plenty long enough. Because if it is, I should stop. And I should start, rounding and make the hook and all that kind of stuff. Whereas on this one, it is definitely time to make the hook. So I have a feeling this one is longer than it needs to be. Anyway, put it back in here. Put this one back in here. All right, let those ends heat up. I'm going to end up chopping off the very tip of this one, simply because it's gotten folded over on itself. It's got a fish lip. But to do that, I have to remember where I displaced my party tool. There it is. It hit the floor. It got low, 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 low. So did the hammer. We're going to go over here and grab a hammer I don't care about at all. We're also going to switch this hammer for a different rounding hammer at this point. The old Farrier style rounding hammer. that there. Figure out what I did with my grinding disc. There it is. I'm going to freshen the edge on this hot cut. Back into the handle. One side done. I'm going to stay on this side of the camera for this. Other side. Wow, dressing this edge, I can see where it got blunted badly. I could make a whole video just doing this and people would probably watch it. Video short. And it would probably be wrong what I'm doing too. But sparks catch the eye, right? All right. Let's see if I fracture the tip of this thing. Shouldn't, not with the, there's no sense in hardening these things, I've been told, because you're just going to put hot metal on them and screw it up anyway. So, get rid of this fish lip. Go. Roy was probably watching or averting his eyes. Don't do that. All right, back into here, heat it up. Let's finish this one. It's all window dressing and bending now. Point on the end. We can do that real quick just right here. Gave myself a fish lip right there because I didn't follow my own discussed process of using the edge to create a tube of toothpaste behavior. Yep, that's the one downside of using a propane forge. The heat goes everywhere, not just right where you want it. All right, keep working that. I'm actually going to make a change here to my whole process. Let's do that real quick. Let's see if I can. Waste that heat. Actually, no, I can't. I can't waste it. I can't do it. Prove exactly what I was talking about before. There's lots of Smiths on the web that actually show this technique to prevent fish lip. Just keep making your end over the edge, and it doesn't have the ability to fold over. Now, all right. Of course, it just splintered and fell off. I wonder if that's the heating, overheating, or because that's going to snap right off. There we go. Do it for it. Or stress because of the size of the material. But it's definitely splintering like mad right here at the end. We're going to leave it alone. We'll grind the end on. All right. We might not have to. Anyway, now the heat is wasted. I'm going to extend my shelf here. A tiny bit of material was wasted, but not heat. Let's see if I can do this. Yep, there we go. I now have a longer shelf. Turn off this back burner. I don't need it right now. All right. There we go. This one, I really think. Yeah, let's do it this way. Time to move from this direction. I'm going to take a break long enough to read what you fine folks have been saying. See if anybody has anything to say about the length of these things. It was made from a jackhammer bit, exactly. I've never actually used it. It's a hot cut. Yeah, so yeah, that makes sense though, Alexis. Honestly, the edge of my anvil that I haven't bothered to deal with is still sharp enough to be used for marking and so forth, so I don't need to do that, and I'm not really worried about those edges. So let me scroll back here. 15M railroad spike channel. No, is this a 15-minute? No, it is not. Rob, that could be something I do soon enough, but no, it isn't. Scrolling. Wow. So much, now we're dealing with puppies, not just free candy, huh? I'm glad I was able to help, Thomas. Yes, Rocking E Forge. That is correct. Rob gets the prize. shave with my hot cut? No. Yeah, it's ruined now that I didn't preheat it. It's a, Daniel, it's a jackhammer bit, so my understanding, and the sparks kind of prove it, is that it is a type of hardenable steel, carbon steel, if you will. I don't know what its real makeup is, but what I will say is somebody told me that it was basically an air hardening steel, which would make sense considering the kind of abuse that it has to go through. It's right there in the name. Exactly, Rob. Yeah, but I didn't get it up to a temperature that should have mattered, Daniel. I saw some temper colors on it. And if it's going to be tempered, that's fine by me. I figured I might as well cool it from that temper color at that point. If it gets too cold, it will splinter. That could be why. Too short. But Ben liked it. Okay. Why did I heat it in that direction? I know why. Mainly because I was tired of seeing the other side bend the whole time I was working on this side. So. All right. That looks fairly good to me. I'll make this one just for you, Ben. It'll be short, just as you need it. Or wait a minute. Actually, don't you need a longer one, Ben? Isn't that the real thing here? Is you need tools that are longer, not shorter. Filthy hobbitses. Which is hilarious that Smeagol would say that since he was a hobbit. In case you didn't know. Let's just drop things a little more. How do I want to do this? Everything's a little cattywampus. All right. I think that's about that. I think that we don't have enough heat to be doing what I'm doing. I think if I continue this taper and round it up a bit. This will get the length it needs, and I'll be done with that. Then I just got to decide what I'm going to do about the twist. I am tempted. So I saw something, trying to remember who it was I saw again. I think it was C. John. Yes, it was C. Johnston Blacksmith, I think is what his name is. And he used round stock, and he put a twist in round stock that I can try to emulate here. And what was cool about it is he basically flattened, two sides of the round stock, and when you put the twist in there, it looks really good. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to round this up. We'll go ahead and octagon, round, smack, flat, twist. Should be a unique handle for a thing made from a square thing. Nope, I'm using the wrong side. Big dummy. I think that's why Roy likes using the traditional artistic blacksmith hammer rather than a rounding hammer of any sort. It's far easier to keep track of which die you're working with when one of them is obviously different than the other rather than marginally different. And in this one, I'm not going to try to round this to a point. I can save myself the headache of splintering by avoiding that. But it does look like I need to heat it up a little more so I can get the section right. It should heat up pretty quick. My forge sounds a little different, so I'm going to go outside real quick and check the pressures. Nope, it's right where it's always been. We're good. He's good. Might just need to give it a little more air. Or a little less air, one or the other. But it's guttering a little. Put a glove on. This would be a smart move, Jack. A little less guttering. All right. We're actually coming to a point just by spending time planishing, so all right. A little more heat, a little more planishing. See if we can start making the this an octagon. There we go. All right. Let's see if we can finish this. Whew. Flip it around. See that my work didn't go through as far as I thought it would. Put it back in the fire. Work from the other side next time. All right. Get in there. There we go. Back out of the fire. Yep, a lot more exercise doing it this way. It might be too, now that I see it happening, too oxygen rich in there now because we got a lot more scale happening. I'm going to turn down that, choke it up a little just so I have less scale popping off. All right. I think it's time for bends. Not bend, but bends. I think Ben always thinks it's always bend time. You might not be wrong. There we go. Do this a little differently because everybody said, Jack, you don't need that much of a hook on the end. Well, they're probably right. Come on. Just do what I want you to do. Come on. All right, heat it back up. Because it's really a big hook right now. Everybody's going to say it's too big. Actually, I'm going to take a break. Whew. Take a coffee break. John isn't streaming this afternoon? Oh no. Take care, Kevin. Yeah, Rob. I'm not trying to advertise for Alec. It doesn't help because it's, you know, one of a kind. But exactly. You saw it too. That's what I just did. I switched to a smaller hammer. Yeah, no power hammer here. I will get this other one done soon. I'm going to see my buddy today. We're going to talk about planning that out. All right, let's finish this up. The fact is, I probably should grind the hook end before I do any of this, but so somebody suggested that all I need is about a hook that size. So we're going to go ahead with a hook that size. One thing I just realized is I don't have the hook turned the right way. Fortunately, it's round stock at this point. That's not a big deal. We just heat it up and give it a twist. I gotta think about that. So once I bend it, I'm going to bend it. Which way am I bending it? If I bend it like this, it allows me to, like this. I don't know. I'm going to end up bending it, and then we'll figure out if I need to twist it. That'll be easier. In the meantime, go ahead and oil up this thing. Let's see. We got the side that actually did all the work on, and then we got the side where only a part of the work is given to me for free by the anvil. So we go back and do that next. So yeah, this is a light hammer. It's only like a 2-pound hammer. Still a rounding hammer, but it's what I guess the style that farriers use. You guys probably know better than I do. I think there's a farrier or two in this group. But it's the one I see at the farriers when I go shopping there. Farrier supply, I should say. I'm just cleaning up my octagon to try and get all my sides about the same. Which is probably overkill. But there is no kind of kill better than overkill, is there? At least that's what Tarantino seems to think. All right, back into the fire. All right, now for the easy part. Beautiful. I'm pretty sure that's a stake turner. Could be wrong. What do I know? Now the question is, do I like it or do I need to twist it? I need to twist it. Plain and simple, I need to twist it. I'm forgetting something. The problem is I'm forgetting something. Like, did I put the hook on backwards? I don't have one out here to look at. Now I gotta go and do freaking look up. Dag nabbit. I feel like I put the hook on backwards. is really what it boils down to, which means I just bent this in the wrong direction, which is easy to fix. I just have to bend it in the other direction, I think. Hiss, hiss. Okay, back into the fire. While it's heating up, I'll make sure I know which direction I was supposed to actually make it. Goes to show I really should use one of these things sometime. It'd be a lot easier to know if I'm doing it wrong, right or wrong then. A lot going on today, and it's not going live. Well, you know. Well, yeah, except it's in the house, which is like an acre away from here. So I'm just going to go and look it up on my phone. I'm sure you have one somewhere that I can look at, don't you, Thomas? Actually, I got one on Instagram I can look at. Steak flipper railroad spike. There we go. Hey, look at that. Somebody's making one toot sweet with a freaking power hammer. They bend around. Bend around. Show me the final product, damn it. Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. I did that all wrong. Okay, easy fix. Easy, easy. It was just supposed to be bent like at 90 degrees. Easy, easy. That's why it didn't look right. Just come back here. That's why it's way too long. Okay, that means the one that I have already in progress is fine. Do. Easy, easy, easy. Dumb. And it doesn't have to be a sharp 90, but it does need to lay nice when it's done. So let's make that happen. There we go. Much better. Now that looks right. Come here. Now I understand why I see them using. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to come in right here. We're going to clamp down. We're going to try not to burn ourselves. We're just going to give it a nice little tappity tap. Then I can decide if I want to do a twisty twist. All right. Now it doesn't look stupid. Hey, look at that. It's a steak turner. Imagine that. And now John can't tell me that I made a steak flipper that is way too big. And I can take that over to my buddy's house who's going to help me. And as a matter of fact, I don't dislike it like this. Bloop, bloop. I don't know that it's the right direction to put it, but I like it like that. Instead of being, it's like 45 degrees off of what most people do. See what I mean? This is the up and down of the, so then everybody's going to naturally want to put the heel, or this part, the sticky out part of the spike there. So like that. And now they can do like this, and it's just, yeah, that'll work. Okay, next thing to do is touch mark it. You gotta heat up the, where am I putting the touch mark? I'm gonna turn it around. I'm gonna turn it around on the anvil so I'm not playing ridiculous near fire. There we go. Put it there. Touch mark it up there, I think. This one comes out of the fire. Actually, I think my wife is going to tell me she gets this one. we'll see. She got my first flipper, but it's also my first pineapple twist. So we'll decide. She'll decide whether she's going to keep it because it's the first twist of that style, or count the other one as the first because it's the first steak flipper. She keeps the firsts. Chase another facet down. Hey, look at that, turning up round. What do we got time-wise? We got 10 minutes. We are going to go, what am I grabbing? Oh, I was going to do something important. Oh yeah, touch mark. I have to figure out what I did with my touch mark. Why did I not put it back where it belongs? Probably because it didn't fit. Big dummy. There, nope, that's not it. Wait a minute, is that it? Nope, that's not it. Big dummy. Ah, there it is. Let's see how hot it is. Aha, good. Touch mark. Yay. Brush it real fast and I'll stick it back in there. Question is, will I be able to touch mark it where I want to? I think I'm going to have to touch mark it up there. Yep. That'll work. Let's get back in here. Let's size it real quick because I'm going to end up needing to move quickly enough. Yep, that'll work. I'm not actually going to clamp it in. I don't want to mess up my handle. But I am going to make sure that it's far enough apart. It'll make sense when I show it to you. There's that. Doggy always looks sad. That is his natural. I mean, anything that looks like it's a chemo victim, it's going to look sad, right? Get up here. That's exactly what I'm going to do. You guys are going to stare at my that view there for a minute while I round this up. Looks unnatural to have a round spike when I've seen all of my railroad spikes be square, right? But it actually kind of looks cool at this point for having made that effort. All right. Put that back in there. The head is now nice and hot. I'm going to break back out the heavier hammer. Despite what my arm is telling me. I'm going to go ahead and set this. Just set it in there, like that. Come on, let me go. Come on. There we go, like that. Like that. And that worked, but as usual, things like to bounce around a bit. So go ahead and give it a little extra. Nice. And double striking with a mustache doesn't look too bad, right? Because, you know, mustaches are not a perfect shape. There we go. Done. We'll go ahead and break out the infernal whizzing thing of spicy death. And its battery's dead, of course. That's okay, I got another one. Didn't need my light today, so this can go here. So I remember to grab it. This will go in my tool. There it is. Now, a smart man would hold this better so it doesn't fly at him really hot and possibly burn him. There we go. So the reason I'm making so many of these is, number one, I want to get better at it. Number two, I plan on giving them out as gifts. And number three, at some point, I might figure out this whole Etsy thing, or find somebody who's figured it out for me, partner up, and produce stuff for it. Especially now that I can actually do more production level work. In other words, my time isn't all spent turning a blower crank. Okay, that takes care of that. We'll spin her around, grab it again, and I think I'm getting my 10-minute warning. Siri, stop. Stop. Here we go. And this is just the right kind of project that proves why I needed 2 angle grinders. Come on. And I know brushing off like this is not nearly as photogenic as using the butcher block brush, but it takes a lot less effort. I'll let Roy do the photogenic one. Roy and Thomas. All right. That's part 1 as to why you need 2 angle grinders. Now for part 2. taking off too much metal at once. How about that? Didn't know that was even a thing I could do. Let's see if I can be a bit more skillful about this. And I do have my safety glasses on, and oh boy, that's hot. And it would help if I turned the spike up instead of down. The part that I want to be the spike, that is. There we go. Then I can actually get to it, possibly without burning myself. All right, there we go. Variable speed angle grinder would be nice here, but not what I have. That's 20 sharp enough at this point, I think. That takes care of what I was seeing. I can get real close to it with my eyeballs. And I kept seeing something sticking out I didn't like. Now it's fine. Let's put some beeswax on it. And see, the best thing is I've had this other piece sitting here waiting for me to work on it without being concerned that it's going to burn up on me. Oh, nice. So hot enough to possibly cause me discomfort, not hot enough to actually be ready for treatment. Let's get it in here just a little bit. There we go. That's better. Turn it around and do the same thing again. Of course, it'll be his to do the same thing with. In other words, keep it treated. All right, that takes care of that side. Let's go take care of the other side. Bake it in a little bit. Putting it in and out of the fire just a hair. Heat this side up. Doesn't take much. It's not all just jumping into flames. So that means it's a good temperature. When the smokes, it coats, it soothes, it relieves. Finally, and now I got a little bit of melted wax on my finger. Nice. There we go. Leave it there. See if it's going to tip over on me. It is. Slide it this way just a little bit more. Slide it this way just a little bit more. There we go. Leave it there. Move to the other one real quick. I think I have just enough time to get it smooshed anyway. All right. Pepto-Biz beeswax, yes. Let's see if yeah. Okay. Zoom. No, we're not staring at Mr. Steel. We're going to stare at the surface of the anvil. There we go. Let's see how much of this heat I've wasted now. I'm actually going to use the rounding side. Let's do it like this. So I can smash it out. All right, I like it. Let's go ahead and did exactly what I wanted it to. We got a roundish edge, we got a flat edge. Now we could do a twist. Won't need the heavy hammer anymore today. Put it away. So we're going a little long today. Hope nobody minds, but I'd like to get this second one done since I'm so close anyway. Scrolling. He's putting things where they belong. If I don't do that, Daniel, I struggled every time. Scrolling. I have a vise, I know, right? I remembered to use it this time without Rob or Jurgen having to tell me. It's a left-handed stay flippy now. You know what? And I'm pretty sure the person I'm dealing with is a left-hander. Hey, S&S Smithing. Thanks for dropping in. Tucker. Okay, I'll see if I can store that away. Tucker and Fang. Greatness. Yeah, it would be nice to have landscape, but I'm not sure if Insta allows it. As a matter of fact, I'm doing Insta for the first time with this live stream, maybe, if it worked. I don't know what's going to look like. I honestly have never looked at myself live streaming on Insta because I've never done it before. So if anybody wants to pull up Insta and see what it's looking like right now and let me know, that'd be great. Hey, you know, and a like might be nice too. And it's Pines Jack, if you didn't know. I think. Might be Jack Pines. I don't remember. Yeah, I have heard that there's this Jessica out there that knows something about something about selling on Etsy. So. Don't go, I can go long, just don't go tall. Okay. I mean, too late, but I think I'm shrinking at this point. I am 6'1", they say, but I think that I'm probably closer to 6 foot now. All right. This is the fun time. I need to turn it around now for me to be able to do this. Okay. Second pair of tongs. You guys still pointing? Nope, you're not pointing where I want you anyway, so let me fix that. I need to grab my rag anyway and finish the wiping it off. Extra sound effects. They're free. Don't worry about it. I won't charge you. Whew, that's a little warm. Not surprisingly warm, just a little warm. Which is good because it means the wax is still wipeable. Good, good, good. It's only warm in the handle area though. So let's cool that off just a little. It doesn't even sizzle, that's how cool it is. It's just not cold. Now it is. There we go. That one's done. Yay. All right. One final dunk. There was one spot that was still a little warm, and now it isn't. Left-handed steak flipper, huh? I don't know. I can't tell which is which. That's one done. Let's get the other one done. All right. I'm going to go here. Make sure I get this right. Yep. Here. Now we're going to go actually bigger than that because I now think I know what I want to do. I only figured it out just now. Which means I need to keep that area up a little bit more. I'm going to have nothing to grab onto and twist with. All right. To the vice can, Robin. That's not a horrible idea. I've got rafters high enough to do that. I will give that some serious thought, Daniel. Let's put the touch mark in a place where I'll find it again. Always a tricky proposition. I'm out of tin can space. Definitely have to do something about that. All right. So far, the forge insulation is looking really good. I don't see any cracks or anything, which is saying a lot. And while there is heat coming off the side of it, it's not crazy amounts of heat. Like, I'm going to do something I probably shouldn't. It's hot enough to steam up the water, so obviously it's hot. You know, it's boiling temperature. I'm not touching the forge, but I'm also not seeing anything that's going to catch fire off of it. Let me try putting a piece of paper on it. It's not even charring the cardboard I'm setting on it. So I'd say the insulation is doing a damn fine job. Between the super wool and the refractory. It doesn't seem like there's a high risk of my wooden bench being suddenly eaten away. All right, let's do this. Let's do this twist and see if it actually comes out as pretty as I hope it will. Let's put it on a flat side instead of a, there we go. Two flat sides means it should stay put as I grab the wrench, get it on a flat side. There we go. Let's start twisting. Now, it may not be flat enough. Come on! It just twisted off of the flat spot. And now it's kinked on there. Dag nabbit. Wasted energy. he did suggest a pipe wrench. So this twist may have to wait till next week when I can go get the pipe wrench out. But I do have square area above to grab on, so maybe not. No, he wants to slide around that too, because it's not all the same size, that's why. Well, yep. That gives us something to talk about next week, folks. Because I need to grab my pipe wrench to be able to make this happen. We did suggest the pipe wrench. I thought I might be able to get away without having it. I was mistaken. So, with that, we will leave it there. Literally, I think I'll leave the spike there. And we will call that a successful live stream. I did actually finish a project and almost finished another project. I think that this is proving I'll be able to get faster over time with this new tool, aka non-solid fuel forge, for those who caught the live stream ahead of mine. Impractical Blacksmiths over at Island Metal Forge. So, let me switch back over to the Smithy. And wave. And smile. And, yeah, Rob, obviously it takes time to know anything about, something like buying this forge. But at the moment, I'm happy with it. Yeah, it is hard fire bricks. It won't like borax, but it comes with hard fire bricks. 1.5 hard fire bricks, the length that is necessary to place them in the forge. So honestly, I don't think that's going to be a real problem as long as, yes, the borax, I'm pretty sure, off gases and will impact, the whole lining over time, even with the hard bricks in there. But you can make it last for quite some time just having hard bricks in there. So I'm not too worried about that yet. But anyway, folks, I gotta go. I gotta go run over to my buddy's place. We're gonna spend some time looking at the code I wrote over the last couple of days, just to have a peer review. Basically he can tell me if I goofed up bad and give me some advice, but other than that, it's my work, and that's important because obviously this is an interview problem. And then I can bring him a gift while I'm at it. So, and he is left-handed, so perfect for him, if indeed that's a left-handed stake flipper. Frankly, I don't know why this wouldn't be a right-handed stake flipper. And if it isn't a right-hand, I think this is a right-handed stake flipper based on the fact that the point is going in a scooping direction for me. So if he tells me he wants, I'm going to let him know that he has the option of having me reforge the end in the opposite direction if he wants to have it done that way. But we'll see. I honestly can't remember if I think he's left-handed, but I can't remember for sure. Anyway. Thanks, everybody. It was an awesome chat today, and yeah, I had a lot of fun, both in getting stuff done and hanging out with y'all. Hope to catch you online in another chat, happenstance-wise, because I don't actually pay attention to schedules, except my own, so that I make sure you guys know when I'll be here. I got to have a lot of fun, and look forward to seeing y'all here next week. Have a great week, everybody.